Android Lollipop started this beautiful looking material theme, and Google is improving it in every update. Android 10 wasn't the biggest update to me, except I loved the gesture of Android 10 that everybody hated mostly. But Android 11 is going to be way better update. Let me tell you why. It's not going to be drastically different to what Android 10 offers in terms of sheer looks, but there is a lot to look forward. There is a new conversation section at the top of the notification tray. This is where all the messaging apps that you have will show. There is also a transparent barrier between each section to make it easier to identify each section. Now if you long press, there is a new option, priority, to bump all your future messages from this thread to the top of the notification, ignoring D and D. You get the idea. This is a very useful overhaul of the notification shade in Android, unlike iOS, which is still very messy. Now the next one is Power Menu. Google is updating the Power Menu to include new controls for your smart home accessories. When you hold down the power button, the new interface will appear with toggles for Google Home devices. But something cool added here is the Google Pay cards. Any card set up in the Google Pay will show up here in the Power Menu, so you can easily switch between them. But you can also turn this off in the settings. Now the next one is built-in screen recorder. Google teased it in Android 10, but its built-in screen recorder is finally here in Android 11. You can find it in the quick settings. The tile brings up a small UI that lets you toggle recording audio and whether to show touches on the screen. To stop recording, either use the notification or quick setting tile. This is a feature iOS has, but Android lacked, but not anymore. Happy? Yeah. The next one is my most favorite one. Music controls within the quick settings. Android 11 extends the quick settings to include music playback control. Previously, these controls were simply housed in a notification from your music app. On the first swipe, all those 6 toggles are squeezed in 2 rows at the right with the music control on the left. When fully expanded, the music controls are above the toggles, including the seek bar to scroll between the playback time. You can even swipe between multiple media sources and use the button next to the song information to switch playback to another source like Bluetooth headphones or a speaker. This will be enabled by default on the public build of Android 11, but in this beta, you need to visit the developer option. Now the next one is revamped overview menu. In Android 11, the recently opened apps card will be larger in size. The bottom row of the apps has been replaced with 3 buttons: Screenshot, Select, and Share. Screenshot captures the content of the display with the app shown opened. Select highlights all the words in the app to easily copy. Share opens the share menu. There's one another cool feature here. In the overview menu of Android 11, if you dismiss an app, you can bring it back by swiping down. But remember, if you dismiss 2 apps, only the last one can be returned. Now let's talk about scrolling screenshot. The screenshot feature is also getting a design change in Android 11. Instead of a heads-up notification, a small preview of the screen will appear in the lower left corner with 2 buttons, Share and Edit. According to XDA, Google will also add a new button, Extend. Using this feature, you can scroll through multiple pages of an app and the OS will stitch together to form one long screenshot, which is very handy in situations. Now, the next one is send images in notification replies. When you are replying to a message from your notification shade via the reply button, you now have the ability to attach images to your messages. A small feature but big for usability. To me, it's time saving. Now the next one is Files. The Files app gets a new feature. The default file manager is now Files by Google on Android 11. This new file browser has a number of features not found in the previous generation, including the ability to clean unused files and send files via Wi-Fi Direct. This app now has a menu option for other storage in the Browse tab, which allows you to view files from other providers on your phone like Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, and so on. Now the next one is use bubbles for all messages. By default, bubbles will only be enabled for a specific conversation within a specific app. However, in Android 11, you can set it so that all messages from a particular app will use bubbles. The next changes is in permission settings. The first change is the Ask Every Time option. It only appears on the pop-up permission prompt when an app asks to access the device's camera, microphone, or location. For apps requesting location permissions, a new prompt will appear with 3 options: only this time, while using this app, or deny. This is a feature already available in iOS, just so you know. Allow all the time option is hidden in the settings now. Now all the small features but the good features. New notification history UI. On the bottom of the notification set there is a new button, History. This is the revamped version of the not so useful notification log. But unlike notification log, you can read the full content of the alert, removing the fear of accidentally dismissing a critical alert. Suggested apps in the home screen dock. Suggested apps are now available on the home screen determined by Android using machine learning. It is located within the dock above the search bar. Voice access is also getting a huge upgrade to go along with Android 11, which enables it to understand what's on your display. So from now on, you can control your phone just with your simple voice commands. This works incredibly well. There is also 117 new emojis, but I get confused with emojis anyway. But to you, it may be so cool or useful. Now the last one I'm going to talk about is trash can or recycle bin. Like the most desktop operating systems, trashed files are retained for a period of time, 30 days in Android's case. This way Android apps can provide the option to restore files that were previously trashed. That's a very useful feature and comes as handy when we get a bit too hurried to delete files. To see more upcoming contents on technology and smartphones, subscribe this channel or watch my other videos.